Hi, I'm Dr. Courtney Ruggles. I am your Intro to Sociology professor. And so I'm going to give you a little bit about me, and then we're going to go over the syllabus in this video. So I've been at RIO since 2018. At first, I was the director of mental health and accessibility, and then I transitioned to the role into full-time faculty as an assistant professor of social work here. But I also teach sociology. I do have my bachelor's in sociology, and then I went to get my master's in social work and my doctorate in social work. I enjoy macro social work, which aligns very well with sociology, because with macro, I focus more on the bigger groups of people, such as communities. I work on the state level and also the federal level. And so I'm working with the bigger groups of people, which it absolutely aligns with sociology, because a lot of people think of social work as working one-on-one, providing counseling and things like that, which was something that I started out doing. So now I did counseling and crisis intervention for suicide and homicidal individuals, where I would not only assess them in the behavioral health agency I worked in, but I also went to the school, or not to the schools, I'm sorry. I went to the hospitals and to the jails to assist in that. After I worked in behavioral health for quite some time and diagnosing and things, I went and worked at another university and years. And then I went into hospice social work and worked in as a medical social worker with hospice patients and their families. And that was a very, very rewarding, intriguing position. A lot of people don't hear that when you think about hospice, but I really enjoyed that position. Then I came to RIO to work as the director of mental health and accessibility, and did that for a little bit. And now I am full-time professor. Sometimes, or not sometimes, I'm sorry, some of the other things that I do, I work as a board member. I'm a volunteer as a board member for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and they are one of our partners for our Out of the Darkness walk, and so that we do every year on campus, which I have a major hand in planning and putting on every year. So if you guys are interested in that kind of work, please let me know, because I'm always looking for volunteers to help assist with that. Okay, so yeah, I've worked with the state on different suicide prevention measures, and now I'm working with the board on that is state level and stuff. So it's very interesting work, and I'm very excited to teach this class again. I love sociology. Like I said, my bachelor's is in sociology, and I think it's a very interesting field. So I'm very excited to teach that this semester and teach you, because I know not all of you guys are in the social sciences field, and psychology, sociology, social work, or things like that. That, you know, we have nurses, we have education managers, we have, you know, the health sciences, we have the hard sciences and things. And so I'm really excited to teach you how sociology fits into your daily lives and how it's going to fit into your future careers. So first, I'm going to go ahead and go over the syllabus. Oh, let me bring that up here. Oh, and let me scroll to the top here. Okay, so here is your syllabus. You should have received that in an email. So that way you have a hard copy of it, or a digital copy, I'm sorry, of it. But you will see here our information for this semester. Okay, we are an in-person class. We do meet in person. However, week 1 of classes, we will be online. Okay, I will not be on campus that week, and so we will not meet in person. We will meet online. Or not even, we won't even meet online. You will do your assignments online, and I have instructions and things like that for you that have been included in emails, and you'll see another video with some more instructions. Okay, so we will return to in-person, well, we haven't even started, so we will come to in-person class on August 30th, that first Monday at 10 a.m. Okay, and we will be in Wood Hall, room 111. And then here you will see my information and how to contact me. Here is my office. Here are my office hours, my email. So if you need to come see me during my office hours and you're just popping in, if I'm not there, please look for a note that says where I will be. I like to go to the cafeteria, or I believe that we have a new student lounge set up, so I might be over there. So I like to move around campus. So if you need me and I'm not there, please look at the note and it'll tell you where to find me. Come get me. If there is not a note, please wait just a few minutes, because either I've run to the printer or to the secretary or something like that, and I'll be right back. If you've been waiting a few minutes and I have not returned, email me. That is the best mode of communication with me if we're not face to face. And I will email you back immediately telling you where I am. I keep my phone on me, and so that way, and I'm alerted to whenever I get a new email. So I will see that. So just do that, please. Okay, now for your text, I've already sent emails about your text. I try and keep textbooks as cheap as possible. So let's see here. This second link here, and I've sent that already in an email. You can download your book as a PDF form for free. That's actually the form that I use. I use the PDF. And it is the exact same thing as the actual imprint book, but if you would prefer your hard copy book, you can order them through the bookstore at $29 a piece, I believe. You might be able to find it cheaper somewhere else as well, so you can always check that out. But again, I just always use the PDF, and it's the exact same pictures, everything the exact same. Okay, our program outcomes and course outcomes. I'll let you guys go through those. Please let me know if you have any questions about that. Here's our grading system and our grading policies. We have 3 exams in the class, each worth 100 points. The third exam is your final exam, which will be taken during finals week. So the 3 exams, I do put them on Canvas, and you do have an entire week to complete them. You will only have one chance to take the exam on Canvas. It will be timed, but it will be online, open book, open notes, all that fun stuff. And you will know a week in advance when your exam is coming up. So there should not be any issues with scheduling or anything like that. If there are any issues, please let me know in advance so we can make arrangements. I do not usually take late work or makeup work. Your paper is worth 50 points, and we'll talk about your paper here in a minute, but there's a total of 350 points for the course. And you can see over here in the grading scale of how the points, what you need to get what letter grade. Okay. So, and also, any failure to complete any assignment may result in an F for the course. So you do have to complete all 4 exams and complete your paper. You can't just be like, oh, well, I did really well in the exams and the paper, I don't need to do it and I'll still pass. You have to turn in that paper or any of the other exams and stuff in order to pass the class. You must complete all assignments. Okay. So there's a little bit about the exams. About the 6th week of class, we'll have the first exam. About the 12th week of class, we'll have the second. And the final exam is 100 points. It's at the very end during finals week. Okay, where did they go about the papers? Why am I being silly? Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry. So here's some statements. You guys can go over those if you'd like. I do not give incompletes for the grade, the final grade, unless absolutely necessary, and if it's prearranged with me. Okay. Assignments. So you have 1 paper due. It is due on the last day of the 10th week. You will turn this in via Canvas. You'll write a short paper, 3 to 5 pages. You can go a little bit longer. Most students do need about the 5 pages. You can go a little bit longer, no more than 7 pages. I do not want to read novels. Okay. So the paper is typed. Any paper which does not meet college level standards of written expression, spelling, neatness, grammar will be returned. I do have an example paper to share with you, so that way you can see what I'm talking about and how I want you to organize your paper. You will have, you can, if absolutely needed, you can resubmit the paper. But what I prefer to do is I would rather that you finish the paper early, you send it to me, ask me to review it, give you feedback, and I send it back to you with no grade, no nothing, just feedback, and you can fix whatever feedback I've given and things like that, and turn it back in for an actual grade. That's what I prefer you to do, and it seems to work a little bit better that way. Okay, now the paper, you will select 5 scholarly journals or 5 scholarly articles from sociologists in professional journals with an emphasis on cultural diversity. So, and I also want you to apply this to your major if you can. You do not have to. It could be an area of interest to you, but you will focus on diversity within that. That does not mean that your paper has to be on diversity, okay? It just means like, I'm a social worker, and in my field, we are very female dominant. So the diversity of having males and, I can even break it down by race and things, or even I could talk about the populations that social workers work with and how diverse those populations may be, and those kinds of things. And so that's what I would like you to do. Please come to me if you're struggling with what to do. I can help you out, no problem with figuring out your topic. Okay. And we summarize each of those articles by title, author, sources, description, summary of the article, and the short analysis of the article stating the importance and application of the reading using the aforementioned criteria. This is so that I know that you know and understand what you're reading and you're able to surmise it. The second part of the paper, which is usually why students need a little bit longer than 5 pages, is you are to be analytical, describe the significance of your activity and what you learned. A strong emphasis should be on demonstrating application of the knowledge gained. In other words, how can the information be utilized? So that's why I'm saying, I love it if you could make this pertain to your major. So that way it's helpful for you as you move forward in your educational journey and into your careers. Okay. Now here's our tentative topics and reading assignments. We may change things up. However, we usually, almost always we go through all of these chapters and then we can always add more. So we'll be going over the introduction, sociological research, culture, social structure, groups and diversity, socialization, class stratification, deviancy, and inequalities. Usually it says time permitting, but usually we always get to deviancy because that seems to be an interest for everybody, or the majority of people. And it is a pretty fun chapter. I will also be including a week of us to explore and understand critical race theory, as it has been extremely highlighted lately in the media, and it has become controversial. But it is important as we study sociology to understand the theories and approaches that we use, such as critical race theory, also known as critical theory, to understand how we study and view things from a sociological perspective. And then if we have more time after that, what I usually do is, as a class, we use a democratic approach in voting for chapters that we may want to add to our curriculum. Here are some statements about lecture, lab, and assignment information, class participation, ADA policy, FERPA, mental health, and academic dishonesty, copyright, and withdrawal. So that is our syllabus. If you have any questions, please, again, email me at cruggles@rio.edu. We will not be meeting the first week of class. So the first Monday and Wednesday, August 23rd and August 25th, you will have online assignments to complete and email to me. We will not be diving into Canvas the first week of class because I am not there to show you how I'm going to be using it. So we will do that when I come back and we start meeting in person on August 30th. Again, if you have any questions, please email me and go watch the other videos so you can complete your assignments and send me that. Thank you and happy learning.